Hello and welcome my fab fans to Glam's new video. I'm gonna continue to do this drawing. I'm not fully certain what my plan is. I'm not gonna lie. I walked in with no thought process about it when I started, other than, yeah, colorful. If you guessed what theme I'm going for in the last video, good for you. If you haven't, well, you can go back, put in the comments what you think my theme is for the fish in the outer circle. Just make sure to finish this video first. Almost forgot. Don't leave me. So today my friend got a motorcycle, like an actual motorcycle. She's finally ended her relationship with my brother, and that's good, which means my brother has to leave. My brother does only own like 3 things that are in that apartment. The couch, and his chair, I guess. Because she bought him his computer. Even his old computer technically really wasn't his by himself, because our dad helped him buy it, and I helped pick out the keyboard. I'm glad my brother likes the rainbow keyboard. And me and my friend keep making slight gay jokes. Because he does have the personality of a person who's gonna stay a closeted gay forever. Just hates themselves so deeply. But she read a few of the messages that were on his phone, and he completely ignores the fact that I trusted him with the information of I am attracted to women and do not like men. I'm not mean to them. Not always. Sometimes I say mean things when I'm not trying to be. Like when I was calling my coworker slow, I didn't really mean mentally. I mean, he can't count, but he didn't grow up with our currency, so it's expected, but I'm just like really mean to him apparently. Like so much so that he's just like, oh. You know, most of the cookouts I've ever been to have been very like boring because they're filled with things that I don't really like to do, which is drinking and smoking, and I never understood why my dad liked cookouts because it was always things that I didn't like that he was just surrounding himself with. And well, I actually enjoyed the cookout that I went to. Like, very much so. Everyone was really sweet, everyone was vibing, no alcohol, which I appreciate. We all got to try different foods from, like, our cultures. I made cookies because that's what I'm good at making. My skill set is, dessert. I wanted to make cake, but I didn't have enough time to get the ingredients. I worked full hour days and had homework and babysitting, so I was just busy for hours on end. And then I had to make sure I finished my schoolwork before the cookout, and luckily I did, but it took me so long. When I say that it takes me a while to do my schoolwork, it's not because I'm dumb, but it's because my brain does not like to actively focus on things, and I do struggle to focus. And I get very distracted easily, and it's entirely my own fault, because I'm bad at impulse control. Which is okay. I'll figure it out. I just wish I was a little bit better at it. Also, I think my coworkers are under the impression that I hate them. I do not hate any of them. I think they're all awesome and they're the best people. And I'm thankful every day that I have a team of like such good people. My friend heard about the fact that I went to the cookout and she was like, "Really? You went to that?" And I'm like, I mean, our team is really close. We all are really cool with each other. Which you don't really get a workplace where it's just a really genuinely healthy environment. The only problem we really have with our job is the customers ask for unreasonable things sometimes. And or we're too slow on our times and we have to speed up a little bit. And I'm like, I'm not upset with my coworkers when they're behind on our times, but it does stress me out when we're behind on our times. Just slightly. Because then I have to listen to my managers complain that their job is so hard and that people are yelling at them. And I'm like, why are you complaining? We're faster than everyone and we're almost always number one. We are so sanitary and good at our job. And we do so much. Every day. And it is really boring, to be honest. And he's like, yeah, let's not talk about work at the cookout. And I was like, yay. And my coworkers are slowly helping me be nicer to people because I'm very bad at knowing whether I'm joking or being mean. Because I'm not inherently trying to be mean when I say things. Because if I'm laughing, it means I'm not being serious or I'm stressed out. Usually. I don't think any other times do I really laugh. Unless, like, I guess if it's funny. But then again, that fits under the I'm not being serious. Sometimes my manager's like, why are you laughing? It's stressing me out. And I'm like, it's either this or me crying, and I don't think you want to deal with that. And he's like, you know what? You're right. Please don't cry. That would stress me out more. And I'm like, and you. I knew how I was reacting. It's how I react. I can't really change how I react to things. I react the way my mind perceives as the least stressful way to react for myself. And usually laughing is that. I laugh a lot when I'm stressed. Which some people don't see as normal, and some people are just like, this is stressing me out now. And I'm just like, okay. Oh well. I choose to not be stressed. I remember once I went to a water park and the person was like, are you wearing a bathing suit underneath that t-shirt? The answer is no, not really. I was wearing just underwear and the t-shirt. Because I did not bring a bathing suit. Which is my parents, they're the ones who forgot. Why make a tiny child pack their own bags without really fully explaining where they're going? I didn't know I needed a bathing suit. So, that one was on them. But when my dad did try to bring me to a shop and find my size, we couldn't find anything that actually fit me as a bathing suit, so. I think the funnier part is now, as an adult, I only wear bathing suit bottoms. I really do only wear bathing suit bottoms. I don't wear regular underwear, I wear bathing suit bottoms. I don't know why I do. I just find them the most comfortable, I'm not gonna lie. And plus, if you get your period and you're wearing bathing suit bottoms, you're less likely to bleed through your pants. I never know when my period's gonna come because I have an irregular period, so it's just my solution is wear something that's more defensive to protect my clothing. And also the bathing suit material, blood comes out of a lot easier than any other material I've ever worn when it comes to underwear. And some materials are more drying than others when it comes to your skin. And the bathing suit materials that I usually buy my bathing suits as don't dry my skin out as easily as some of the other materials like cotton and stuff. So I choose a material that feels like bathing suit fabric because it tends to not dry my skin out as easily. And in case I bleed. So I'm just consistently wearing bathing suit bottoms. Not bathing suit top, though. I do have one bathing suit top that does fit me really nice, but since the straps are like so long and meh, I can't just wear them as like a bra. Bathing suit tops don't work as bras. They're not supportive enough. Unfortunately, they're either not supportive enough for me, at least, the ones I find that are in my style. They're either not supportive enough for my chest, or the straps have extra dangly bits. so they wouldn't fit flat under a shirt. So I wear a regular bra. I did recently get a really cute lace top, but I would never wear it as is. I would wear it for a cosplay, like if I was doing a Dracula look, or as like a K-pop look. I might actually wear it for, no. Nah. I was debating, should I use it for this cosplay? No. I'm not gonna. It is really cute though. It's got like little rhinestones that look kind of like spikes. But it's cute. Probably would never wear it by itself though, because one, if I don't wear a bra with it, the wire digs into me, so that's it. And it's also not tight enough at the top to hug my body properly unless I'm wearing a bra. So it's either let my bra be like seen out the back, or be an uncomfortable braless. So I'd rather be comfortable and with my bra. All of my bras are very nice looking. I made sure to get the nicer ones because, one, a bra needs to be both supportive and comfortable. And two, I wanted to make sure I could wear them under certain shirts without texture poking through. And I can't wear my lace ones, which are the most comfortable bras that I own, under like 3 different shirts of mine because the lace shows through under the pattern of the shirt, despite one of them being textured. So it's just annoying to wear. And in the light, you can see it. And I'm just like, no, thank you. That creates weird shadows. Under t-shirts, it's fine though. Doesn't matter what you're wearing under a t-shirt, you're not gonna see anything. But under a crop top, you have to wear something that's more flat. Which, unironically, I really do not wear crop tops in public. I don't like showing off my body very much. I usually only wear a crop top if I'm lounging around my house because it's hot and I don't want to sweat as much. Like, the reason I'm wearing one of my most flowy shirts is because it was a really hot day. I wore it to the barbecue, and it was a really hot day. And so I chose a flowy shirt because then I could have a breeze when I needed it. But I kind of wish I brought fans because it was really hot. And I feel like if I brought this with me, I wouldn't have been sweating as bad. It's like very strong. It also smells kind of nice. I mean, it smells like my room. And I like how my room smells. Clean. And yes, something can smell clean. I was bothered by that because someone like questioned, what does clean smell like? And I'm like, I don't know. It smells clean? Answering a question with the answer. And she was like, that shirt is actually something my daughter would have worn. And I'm talking about my shirt, and I'm just like, I mean, I got it at a thrift store, and I'm pretty sure it's like a popular pattern on t-shirts and stuff. You probably could find it. I had to hem it, and she's like, too big, and I'm like, yeah, I'm 5'2", and in their household, I felt so like average. I felt like finally I'm with people who aren't towering over me, like at work. One of my coworkers is almost 7 feet tall. I'm 5'2". I am less than average female height. My friend swears to God that average female height is 5'5", but whenever I look it up, it says that it's 5'3". So I'm just gonna split the difference and say, I mean, where we live, that's the important statistic. And I don't see very many tall women here. So I'm gonna say 5'3" is pretty correct. I knew I was gonna be short though. My mom's short, my grandma is short. Still sucks that I'm 5'2" and not 5'3". You can actually do math to decide, like, what the potential height of the children of you are gonna be compared to your parents. I was gonna say children, and I'm just like, well, I don't think I can compare that. But, like, maybe. Technically, parents can guess and assume about how tall their child is gonna be. Based off of their height. So you add the height together, you divide it by 2, and then you add 2 inches if they're a boy, and you subtract 2 inches if they're a girl. And that's about how tall your children will be. It could have changed by now, but it's just a statistic. Like, on average, this is about how tall they might be. But it also depends on, like, health and their diet. Personal diet really does change a lot of things, and forms of exercise. I like swimming a lot. Once I'm in the water, I try to be under the water. Mainly because it's quieter underwater, and I like the silence. But it's, like, not eerie silence. Instead, it's calm silence, because you hear the water. I don't know how to describe it any better than that. So I hope you understood what I meant. This is a really pretty blue. Like, it's such a calm color, despite being so dark. It feels like the pastel version of a dark color. I don't know how to describe it other than it feels gentle. Type blue. It just feels very gentle, you know? Colors do give people different feelings. So it is kind of important to, like, think about it. You can actually find out, like, a little bit about yourself through what your favorite color is. People who like the color green tend to be more on the jealous side. I do get jealous. I just don't show it very easily. Mm. I remember I read a post about um new parents, and how some mothers were really nervous about having their first kid because of the fact that their husband didn't seem to understand the how big of a change having a kid in your life really is. Having a child basically puts your life on hold for a good 2 years. You're basically giving up half of yourself to a child. It's a big change for some people. And that's like the kind of change I never really wanted. Because I don't like changing my schedule very much. I'll attempt to, but it usually doesn't work out. Because I'm really bad at changing my schedule for another person. Especially since the only days that I find it really easy to take off are weekend days. But that's not capable or available for just everyone. The only reason I even have Thursday off on my schedule, not fully because I still babysit, I do my schoolwork at my babysitting job, which is a privilege that some people wouldn't get. But my friend's kid is like really easy to take care of. Some people's kids, they need more attention than others. That's just how their personality is. Some kids are more independent. Some need constant attention. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is based on how the parents are themselves. I mean, if a husband loves his wife and wants to be around his wife often, his kids are gonna want to do that too. It's not a bad thing, but my friend didn't take it as a bad thing. He took it as me saying, yeah, you can't keep your hands to yourself. And I was like, I mean, it's not necessarily incorrect what you said, but like, there's a time and a place and the energy for it that she might not always have. It's unfortunate when people's sex drives don't match, but if you're not the same level of tired as your spouse by the end of the day, have you really done enough? I don't know, and I would never know. Because I've never experienced living with a person that I had to work with in any way. I've never had to do that. So I know nothing about it. I've never experienced it, which means my only thoughts is questions, and they're genuine questions. Rather than saying I'm a know-it-all, I don't. But I do want to know. I want to know what it's like to be in a real relationship and be around a person that you have to work around. I just feel like in this economy, it's almost impossible to go on proper dates if you do not have time. Like, I hardly have time for myself and all my school and my work. I mean, I still haven't even finished my project that I've been working on for years, which is my Bakugo gauntlets. I really have been working on those for years. I'm proud of them so far, and as far as they've come. I just wish I had, like, air dry clay or, like, foam clay so that I could get it exactly how crisp and detailed I want it. Because it just doesn't look right. It looks like a drawing because the lines aren't perfectly straight. And it's not perfect. But that's also what makes handmade things so special, is that they're not perfect. They're not manufactured. You know, considering how light the sticker is, I was expecting this pen to be a lighter color. But then again, I felt the same way about my colorful pens, and they're just a lot darker. I remember when I went on dates before I even had a car, and some of them were really awkward. Because you're basically just getting to know each other on a date. But what if you already did the basics of getting to know each other and already talked about the more serious stuff about your future and stuff? I feel bad for people who go on dates and it just hit a dead end because you put in so much work, then you feel like you wasted your time. But I guess that is part of getting upset over something. You finally wanted to try. You finally had the time to put in the effort. and then it fell flat. I feel bad for people who have to go through that so much more often. I mean, my first date that I've ever been on, I vomited in the toilet. That was a date. Um, at the time, I did not know that I was not interested in men, I just wanted to fit in. And I talked to people about it, they called him over and was like, "Are you actually gonna be dating?" And I'm like, "No, thank you. I'm so sorry." But I didn't want to admit that I felt so bad about rejecting them, because it wasn't that I didn't like them at all. Because they were a really cool friend, but I wasn't attracted to them. I couldn't see myself being with them. And that allowed them to actually go on a date with someone who did end up staying with them in the longer run, which was one of my best friends at the time. And they did end up dating, and I was really proud of that. I just didn't really know who I was at the time, and I still guess I don't. I go into phases where I'm just like, who am I deep down? And why do people find me interesting? Is it just how I look? Is that why? Do they only see me as eye candy? Do they even truly know me? Do they truly want to know me? And I've always had, like, a slight sense of trust issues because most of the people who ever have tried to actively talk to me and stuff and flirt with me have only ever wanted things from me. I also don't do good with statements like, "if you want." Sometimes I feel like not talking to anyone and just disappearing for a few days to see if anyone would notice. Because I don't think many people would. The only people I really think would notice would be, well, the next time I have to work. The people who I work for would notice first, I guess. And that's only because of the clock. But if I stopped talking in chat rooms, would my presence disappear forever? The reason I chose to do YouTube was because I didn't really want to be forgotten. Because the feeling of being forgotten It hurts. After the cookout, though, when I went to work and stuff, two of my coworkers decided to leave the cookout and then try to play a prank on us by showing up and ordering food. And we immediately recognized their voices. And I was like, nobody has a lisp like him. That wasn't an insult either. That was just a genuine, like, yeah, they do have a lisp. It's not an insult to have a lisp. I have a lisp. Sometimes I do make fun of people when they try to say something of like, and I'm like, I mean, I know I have a lisp, so it's okay if you didn't hear me right. I talk a little soft. I try to make it so it's not anyone's fault that there was a miscommunication. Because miscommunications happen all the time. I'm not perfect at communicating. I'm really bad at it, actually. But I do try to improve every time. Which is why I always tell people, ask questions. Ask them if they mean what they think they mean or not. But some people, usually they get angry and just assume it's an attack. Which is not on anyone. If you really are trying to be nice to someone and they take it as an attack, that's their own thing. You can't really control that. Um, okay, well, peace, love, goodbye. I'll see you in the next video, my fab fans.